You guys are insane. Did you know that a video I did like a week ago is at 15,000 views? Look at this. Like, look at how crazy that is. 15,000, and that engagement rate though, look at that, 724 thumbs up. You guys are crazy. That's so sick to see. I'm glad you guys are liking the content, and something like this that honestly it started, I think this is kind of how YouTube normally works. It just starts, it looks like a normal video for a few days, but it just kept going, and then it took off exponentially, which is freaking crazy. So thank you guys for that, to everyone who supported and dropped a like on the video. I'm gonna keep trying to make these bangers, especially now that I have that new store, so I can kind of walk through and show you guys the creation process behind that. I hope you guys liked yesterday's video. If you haven't watched that, go back and check it out, because I made a new store. I'm on the trial. I'm not like gonna build it out or anything, but I will go through and kind of screen record on my computer and show you like building the actual store, like the process of that. And who knows, maybe we'll do a giveaway for a store or something. So I'm not putting too much crazy effort into it, but I'm just kind of throwing some random stuff on there, showing you the process of like setting up product descriptions, doing all the images. Eventually we're gonna go through and organize the actual site itself, all that good stuff. So if you want to see more videos on that, be sure to drop a like and let me know in the comments down below specifically what kind of video you guys want to see with the new store. I can kind of go through and do whatever, so I'm curious to hear your thoughts on what you guys want to see. Ideally something you're struggling with, so that when you see me do an example of it, hopefully it'll help you. But with that being said, we're just going to be talking about like the bare minimum, everything you need. I'm going to be talking through apps. I'll probably end up making a separate video fully on that and going more in depth, but we're going to talk about apps, how many products you need. Actually a couple different points that I've talked about in different videos, but I want to put it all in one place for you guys. So if you haven't started your store at all, this is going to be everything you need, in my opinion, to get started and get things going as fast as possible. I always preach don't waste time, and you shouldn't. There's not really a reason to. I could literally go through and set everything up in the next 2 hours. I'm not gonna like properly set it up because I just don't have the time for that right now, but I'm gonna show you guys exactly how I would do it, what I'd be using, all the apps, images, products, how many, all that stuff. And actually, if you guys haven't started your store yet, there's a link down below to Shopify's free 14-day trial. Jump in there if you haven't already, and then you can just use everything we're covering in this video, start building out your store and getting it going as fast as possible. But with that being said, let's get into this video. Okay, cool. So now that we're inside of the trial on my store here, as you can see, we still have 12 days left. I know if you guys haven't seen the video yet, I opened a brand new store. No, I didn't really put any effort into the name or whatever. I just wanted to throw it up and kind of use it as an example, not to actually go make sales and stuff, because I'm not going to be doing that. I just don't have the time to do that with the new store as of right now. I really, really want to, and I promise you I will at some point, once I get my current store to 100,000 a month or more. So I'm going to be showing you guys that journey along the way. But right now with this store, I'm just gonna be using it as an example, you know, a guinea pig, if you will. We went in yesterday and we made some products, or excuse me, we made one product. I went through, I showed you how to set up the pictures, which was super simple, but mostly the description. So if you haven't checked out that video, you can. I know I mentioned it. We did a little bit on pricing, but right now we're gonna be going through kind of the basic things you need. I'm gonna talk a little bit about products as well as the apps. So we're gonna start it off. I think products are a little bit more relevant right in the beginning. I mentioned this in a video before, but 6 to 9 products, exactly that. I really try and aim for 6, like exactly. And it's a simple reason, right? My layout and the template, which eventually once we actually go and build out this site, like the actual layout of the store, you'll see this, but I try and have one main product, it's the layout I use, one main product at the top, and then under that, it shows like the collections and the featured products, and you'll see that product and then 5 other products. So what this does, and the reason I picked this layout and kind of organize it in that way, super simple reason. When you're on desktop, right, laptop, desktop, like same thing, you'll see 2 rows with 3 products in each. Now, the reason I do that, and we'll talk about mobile in a second, is because you don't really have to scroll, okay? So if you land on the website, you'll immediately see that main product, the headline, whatever, and ideally get hooked and you'll click on it. Or if you scroll down, usually one good scroll would get you all the products in one like scope, right? All on your screen at once. And it's very, very similar for mobile, except it squishes it. So obviously your mobile phone right here is smaller. So it's gonna go 2 products and 3 rows. So if you scroll all the way down, do a good scroll, it'll fill up the page entirely. That, it's pretty simple reason why I do it, and hopefully you do it as well, is like the more they have to scroll, the more they have to look around and like click buttons and figure it out. They're gonna lose interest, they're gonna pull back and they're gonna retreat just because it's more effort on their end. You want it to be as simple and as smooth as possible. So to kind of sum that up, right when you start your store, get 6 products up, okay? That's like, I say the same thing with Instagram, like setting up your account and stuff. I know we talked about that. Just get 6 up, right? You immediately do that. You don't need 100. If you have a general store, maybe, okay? I don't recommend doing general stores. If you're doing that, go ahead. I hope you crush it. You're probably gonna want more products. But for a niche specific store like this one right here, as you can see, bracelets world, bracelet, yeah, whatever the hell I named it. it's good. It's good to go. Like you just throw in 6 products and you're, I don't know why this section in here will delete this. Oh, so if you don't know how to delete a product, that's how. Bing, bang, boom. So 6 products up and get it going. Now, as for apps, we're gonna be talking through a couple different apps. I'm not gonna like try and confuse you with all this right here. Look, it already knows what we want. Oberlo, it's free. It's free. This is how you import those 6 products. I've mentioned this multiple times. Oberlo is the only thing, there's 2 apps that I say you need, but Oberlo is the only one you actually like, you can't really do it without it, okay? It's gonna be stupid, so, and especially since it's free. So, Oberlo is one of them. You'd go and install that. We're gonna open up the App Store here, and I'm gonna show you the second one that you're gonna need. It's called Horrify, and I'll show you why I need it. Okay, it's $6.99, it's a joke, it's only $7. What it does, it's basically a countdown timer. It helps with both scarcity and urgency. So it does one of 2 things, and I do both with it. You can either show a decreasing time where like is counting down like, you know, 3 hours, 27 minutes, 18 seconds left. And, or, I do both, I do the and. I have it do the decreasing product. So right under it, it'll show there's only 13 left. And right when they land on it, you know, a couple seconds later, you set that time frame, it'll drop from 13 to 12. So that's a major key. I like using that. Side note, just make sure, absolutely, I see so many people mess up with this. If you are using this, make sure it's congruent with both your ad copy and your product description on Shopify, because a lot of people try and like, they'll say 100 left, and then, or let's say, you know, they're only 10 left in the actual ad copy on their Instagram shout out or whatever, and then they go to the thing and it says 35 left. So like that subconsciously really messes with them because it's not congruent, right? There's an inconsistency in there, and that's gonna immediately, I'm gonna go with diminish their trust and your credibility to them. So subconsciously, so they're not immediately thinking about it, but it's just all the subconscious like reminders, and it's just gonna lower your conversion rate. That's it. So make sure everything's congruent, looks good. Horrify and Oberlo, 2 absolute must-use apps. I'm not actually gonna go through and set them up or show you that, just because, like I said, I'm not actually building out the store, and I don't want to deal with going through and like closing everything down and whatever. So 6 products. Those are the 2 things that you absolutely need, and I'm going to tell you the one app that we'll go back to the App Store here, that I always use on my stores, but it's not necessarily a must-have, okay? For me, it's a must-have. It might not be for you. If you're trying to save some money, then you don't have to do it, okay? It's got space in there. Better shipping. If you're trying to save a few bucks, you can finesse the shipping like by weight for every product and set all the different pricing. But for better shipping, it's 15 bucks a month. I pay that. It's 50 cents a day. The reason I pay that is because it allows you, it shows you all your products once you set this up inside of better shipping, like the plugin, and you just set the shipping for each one. And there's a little tab on the side that lets you do it for multiple. So what I mean by that is like, let's say you have a bracelet and you're doing a free plus shipping offer for it. You can set the shipping to $9.95 and then click a little plus, and it says if they order 2 or more, how much should it charge them per product? Because if they order 5, you don't want them to only pay the $9.95 one time. You want them to pay it for each product, obviously, right? So you can set that criteria so you don't have to worry about people like, you know, I guess robbing you, basically. I've had that happen, so better shipping avoids that, makes it super simple. And I never really went out and learned how to do it with like setting up the weights, so I can't give you that answer, so don't even bother asking that. You can Google it. I've seen YouTube videos on it, so I know the answer's out there if you want to put in the work for that. But for me, better shipping makes all the sense in the world, so that's why I use it, and that's why I'd recommend you do too if you're able to. Now, jumping back real quick to what I said about having like the main product up on the site, like the layout, how you have one and then, you know, some below. That one main one, I'll randomly pick it out of the 6 products, whichever one I think will do best. And if it's not doing well, I'm gonna switch it, right? I'm gonna go have like other products cycle through there and see which ones work best. Oh, and my dog was just barking at the UPS guy, so I had to deal with that. But back into this. So what I was talking about with having like the product and how I'm cycling through is I'm just gonna keep testing. If it's not doing well, whatever the main product is, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna switch it to something else, and I'm gonna keep running through and testing and cycling through new products to figure out what works. Because whatever product is doing the best and selling the most on your store, you want it to be the main product on your store, because then it's just like doubling up on it. It's just gonna be an exponential growth curve and you're gonna sell even more. So I hope that was some straightforward, practical advice. My goal with this was to not confuse you, just to give you some like super solid beginner advice for you guys who maybe already have a store, but ideally for those of you who don't. If you don't even have your store yet, there's a link down below. Free 14-day trial from Shopify. That's exactly what we're on with this store. We still have 12 days left, as you can see, but that's what allows you to get in, test it. You can add your products, add the apps, lay out your store, do everything. And then you're gonna start making some sales. So the trial is pretty cool. Jump in there if you haven't already. But I wanna know exactly what you guys want me to do with this store. So if you have any suggestions on videos or problems you're having that you want me to like make a video on, let me know in the comments down below and I'll be sure to get back to you. And if it's good and I think it'll provide value to everyone on this channel, then you'll definitely be seeing a video on it pretty soon. But I really appreciate all the support, guys. We're about to hit 4,000 subscribers. It's insane. We've doubled in like the last 3 weeks. It blows my mind. So thank you for all the support. Drop a like on the video if you want me to keep doing these every single day, and I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow. Peace.